Yo, what is up guys? It's Inspector Maju here, and we're back with another Yu-Gi-Oh! YouTube video. So today, we're going to be showing you the Gren Maju Stun version for this deck. We've showed the OTK combo version and all that stuff. It's placed real well. This deck's placed pretty well, but it struggles against those decks like Sky Striker and stuff like that, but we're trying to figure out the best we can, to help fix it and stuff like that. We're not going to waste any more time. We're just going to get straight into this deck profile for y'all. And hope you all start off with this thing. We got to have our Maju. Because, we play the errata. So, you got to make sure that people know what it means. But, people down there know what it means by now. Surely. So, anyway, we've got the 3 Gren Maju. They're looking real nice and party, but basically they gain 400 for every banished card. Obviously, you still run 3 because this thing is really good. It wins a lot of games, so you just gotta, win with it, And then for the stun stuff, we have 3 Inspector Border. This card is still really broken. Your opponent cannot activate monster effects unless they have a different type of monster on the field, like a fusion or something like that. Then they have that singular effect per type of monster. It does need an errata. I feel like this card needs an errata, but it is what it is. It's still a very, very solid card. And then I run 3 Fossil Dyna. A lot of people don't like to run Dyna actually anymore. They will run 2, or they'll just completely cut it. I still like this card, even though it's weak at 12. It's still such a really good card, and it stops a lot of decks from doing what they need to do if they'll just lock them down and protect them from other stuff like that. So it's really nice. We have 2 Eater Millions. This card comes in clutch a lot. If you're sitting there with Mystic Mine and you're gonna deck out and you draw into this card, you can use the Mystic Mine as cost, and it's real cool. And it can't be tributed and used for any summon, so just a really cool card. And it's level 1 in case you do need to link it off or something. Then we run 2 Gizmek Orochi because this card cannot be without in the deck. I thought about running 3, but 2 is perfectly fine as a happy medium, because you'll never really need 3, because you'll really only see 1 usually per game unless you're Mystic Mining somebody. So 2, it's just a really solid card. And then I run 1 Dogmatic Ecclesia because the Ecclesia, you use it and it adds a punishment to your hand, so it's another, reoccurring thing where you can use punishment. It's another thing to protect, all your stuff. And it's a rank 4. I'll show you what to do with that later. So we get into the spells, and here's all the pop package. I run 2 Prosperity, 3 Desires, and 3 Duality. Now so here's the thing about these three right here and these 3 right here are a big staple. I mean, I've always run 3 and 3 usually, so they're really good draw cards, and they go along with what I want to do, especially this one, like these 3. This one up here, the Prosperity, I was running 3, and then it got really, really bricky, so I decided to cut it, and then I ran Extravagance, which Extravagance is not as good as Prosperity, so I decided to stick with the 2 Prosperity, because 2 is not too bricky, but it's enough for it to, work pretty well, and it doesn't clog everything up, because when you run 3 and you see multiples, you can't use multiples in your hand at once, so that's why, it really hurt trying to, run multiples of that, 3, it's a lot for me. And then we run 3 Mystic Mine. I'm sorry for all those people who hate this card. I decked somebody out today in game 1. I decked them out by using Mystic Mine. I feel bad for the guy, but at the end of the day, I got to do what I got to do. I got to do what I got to win. And then we got Dimensional Fissure. Just banishes every monster into the graveyard. So now the traps, there's a pretty good amount of them. 3 Infinite Permanents. So really, really good card. Amazing in this deck. it helps so much going first and second, or second. Then we got 3. There can be only 1. Amazing floodgate right there. And then we've also got the 2 summon limits. So these are all 5 floodgates right here. This one is really good in particular because, you know, it works against almost every deck. So they can't, so like only 2 summons, it really hurts a lot of decks. Now this one, some can play around it, but, you know, it's really hard to deal with. Both of them are just really, really good cards, and they're really hard to, you know, take out, stuff like that. Then we got 2 punishments. It was at 1. It's now at 2 because I run the Ecclesia and the, you know, with the Ecclesia, you know, you gotta, it searches this, so this card can be put in your hand and stuff like that and reused. And just a pretty good card all along. And if you use it for the right stuff, you can pop multiple stuff on the field, so it's just a really nice card. And then we run 3 Judgment Negates. I won a match today on 25 life points. So this card comes in handy because you never can die. And then 2 Solemn Strike. Really solid. I wasn't running this. I was running Dark Bribe instead. Oh boy, that was a big mistake. Always run Strike. It's just so much better, and it works in so many more situations than Bribe will ever be in. So, and then we got Macrocosmos as the one of, and we have Metaverse to always search the Mystic Mine. So that's it for the main deck, and we'll go into the extra deck. So we'll start with our Ecclesia punishment targets. We got 3 Natius, always a really good card, and then we got Titanicad, the Ash Dragon, another really solid card that you can use to like search another. You can use it to search another punishment, I'm pretty sure, and then like this one right here, you can pop another thing on the field when it gets into the graveyard. So it's a really, really solid. It's a really solid lineup right there, 3 and 1. And then for rank 4s, we have Exciton Knight and Baguska. You know, you get in these situations when you run the Ecclesia, you know, you can't get rid of it sometimes. So you got to kind of, you know, move around it. So Exciton Knight's good because, you know, it wipes the board, and then this one will give you 2 turns to, you know, do stuff with. So that's the little rank 4s. And then in case of an emergency situation, you get like 2 Gizmek. We have the Draglubian stuff, so like, and you know, all this stuff. So I don't have the Numeron Dragon. I do have Hard Earth though. Hard Earth is just as good, and it kind of goes along with what I play because it's like it gains 1,000 attack for every card currently banished, so he can become really, really beefy, and he has a really good effect. So that's all that for that. And then we have the Ningirsu. Just such a good staple at rank 8. I've got it off a few times. And then if in case of the fact that you're running Dogmatica, like against Dogmatica, then I have this in here. It's mainly just to take up space too, and I can always, you know, do it if I need to, because I have done it before. So it's kind of just in there for, you know, taking up space too. And we have a 2-link Karibo and an Anima. So the link Karibo is used for tokens. If you have a token, just a random token like dinosaurs, you can link it off or link Karibo, and then you can go into Anima and sometimes, you know, kill your opponent with it. It's really cool. So, you know, there's just a lot of really, really cool things you can do with this. And so now we're going to take it all the way over to the side deck, where, I mean, I've been, you know, considering this for a long time. Should I main this? And I don't like maining it because it's such a brick if after turn 1, but still, Shifter, go Burr, still a really good card. And then 3 Gamma Seals, they're back. I did take them out, but now they're back in because they're just too good to be out. I can't, they're so good. And they're also rank 8, so it can go along with the extra deck stuff if you need it. Then I run 2 triple tactics. 3 was a little much, so 2 is about a happy medium. Really solid card. Then I run 2 Lightning Storm and a Harpy's Feather Duster. Just real solid stuff here. Pretty solid. And then for the last few, we have 2 Anti-Spell. A lot of Sky Striker at our locals, so they like to use the spells. So Anti-Spell is a good one. And then last but not least, the 2 Evenly Matched. Still a really solid card, and can be used in a lot of different stuff and against a lot of different stuff. So that was the deck profile for y'all. I hope you all enjoyed. And like I said, this has been placing pretty well. Not as good as OTK, but we're trying to figure out the pieces, pick them up, and trying to make this the best we can. And we're trying to get it to where it's really consistent enough to compete and win a bunch of times in a row. But this is a great way to get into Maju if you don't know and want to do it. And yeah, so I want to thank you all for watching. And this is Inspector Maju signing off. Peace out, guys.